Hi guys, welcome back to more NCIS. We are moving on to episode 8. The last one with Charles Durning was quite tearful, quite a heartbreaker. It was a very good episode, actually. And unusual in the fact that they kind of didn't have a crime scene because it was so far in the past. And Gibbs's decision to take it softly, take it smooth, and just handle it with kid gloves. The respect that he had for him, with him having the Medal of Honor and so forth. And in the end, he portrayed it very well, because he came across as regretful, but not quite sure what he remembered, that the Alzheimer's was starting to take effect and that he was losing his memory. But once Gibbs put him in that zone, it all came flooding back, and it turned out not what we thought. It was a good episode, just very different. Right, should we move on? Episode 8. Well, there's a fire somewhere.
Tell me he's asleep.
Dr. Byers saw to that. Gave him Percocet before she left.
Oh, well, it looks like someone just did. Bloody hell. How does that happen?
No, you did not wake me up, Denozo.
Plans?
Hey, can you drop me by Bethesda?
Who is that?
Whoa,
It's annoying.
you got here quick. Where were you?
Home asleep?
Why do you care so much? Such a nosy fucker. Who is this woman?
Looks like you and I were the only ones flying solo last night, McGee. Speak for yourself.
Just you.
You just got back from the Gulf.
Yeah, Friday. Been complaining of chest pains. Had open heart surgery 4 days ago.
I'll talk to him.
Well, that ended up
Her
pointless.
boss, Commander Janice Byers.
What started the fire, Doc?
The source of the conflagration appears to be internal.
Could he have been smoking in bed?
Corman saw him 10 seconds before the explosion. Doran was out cold.
Listen, I know this may sound far-fetched, but
Will you spit it out, Mickey?
spontaneous human combustion.
That's what I just said.
Although it wasn't popularized until Dickens.
Charles Dickens?
Yes, he used spontaneous combustion to kill off one of his characters, Mr. Crook.
I gave him a Percocet for the pain so he could fall asleep.
Ah, Jethro, I'll be,
You headed back?
Yep.
Dr. Byers is a surgeon that operated on the victim.
Oh,
Professional to professional. Off.
Meet with the engineers and the plant manager. I want this oxygen system completely checked out.
I'm not buying oxygen, did this.
It was the beginning of a very long day.
Yeah.
I
Ooh,
must
the
say-
squishy sounds.
I was very intrigued by your doctor.
I know
Find it
why.
that way, too.
Looks like he burned from the inside out.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it, Mr. Palmer?
How the hell, in a hospital bed, hooked up with a cannula for oxygen and a thing, even if this idiot decided to have a cigarette, how did he burn from the inside out? This is going to be intriguing.
Doctor,
Yeah.
does it help you to talk to them?
Well, they're still human.
I love the way he is with them.
Nothing. Everything's in perfect working order, including this monitor, which recorded the victim's vitals up until the point of blast-off.
You don't know what caused the explosion?
Other than SHC. When he's finished slicing and dicing, we'll go bang head.
That's cool.
Day shift concurred with the night shift. The commander was a pain in the ass.
Parents are retired, one sister, and they're being notified by Keiko. Denozo?
Harrison?
Don't even.
I was expecting Gibbs.
Disappointed?
I didn't get any emails.
Well, I figured you'd be too busy to reply. You were at sea with 5,000
He sees
men.
everything as a potential sexual conquest, doesn't he?
Guess I'm a hard act to follow.
Commander Dornan really blew up.
Literally.
Yeah.
There's no accident.
Doesn't look that way.
There's no
Was he
way
having
this is
trouble
an
when he went
accident.
aboard the ship?
How the hell did pure oxygen accumulate in the chest cavity?
I do not know, Jethro.
That's what happened.
Lungs, I can understand. The fire originated outside the lungs, in the cavity.
How?
Copies of Commander Dornan's medical records.
Ah, thank you. We were finished, weren't we, Jethro?
That's... Scoot.
Well, have you finished the autopsy?
Yes. Oh, yes, there was one question I
I wouldn't put it past any age group of woman to still see Ducky in that way, just because he's charming.
As opposed to a valve replacement.
Oh.
It was a close call, but Commander Dornan was insistent. If we replaced the valve, he wouldn't be able to go back on active duty. We saved his life, only to have him die in a freak accident.
Oh, I'm afraid it wasn't an accident.
I reviewed the hospital surveillance tapes with security. Between the end of visiting hours and the fire, all but 5 people can be identified as hospital personnel. Just give me 1 second.
It's got to be a short list, surely, as to who had access.
Agent Cassidy pulled files on everyone Commander Dornan put on report.
I can save you the trouble. That's Ensign Evan Hayes. He's in the engineering department on the Kennedy.
DeNozo, give me the report of investigation.
There isn't one.
Why?
Commander Dornan asked that I not write one up, that he would handle it himself. I felt sorry for the kid. He didn't deserve the abuse. Some people can handle it, and he couldn't.
He was restricted to the ship.
Oh.
2 days ago, he walked off.
Ah.
This is his quarters.
I don't know, this feels a little bit too obvious to be our perpetrator.
Ensign Hayes did it. Yes, ma'am. But I wouldn't blame him. Dornan rode him from the minute he came aboard.
Dinner date?
Too ordinary.
What then?
I thought I'd show her something that reveals who I am.
Did you call your father?
Did you do something?
No, he could help you.
Commander Dornan put me through hell because of him. You're throwing away your career. I never wanted to be in the Navy.
But you are.
I mean, I've got to be honest with you. Wrong screen. I've got to be honest with you. That's kind of really bad luck and really bad an assignment that this lad's had here. If he isn't anyone in particular that's a troublemaker or anything like that, it just happens to be that his boss now happens to be the person who was under his father who rode him too hard. You've just ended up at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong person keeping an eye on you. Because he couldn't get at your father, he's just doing it through you.
Kate, what'd you learn?
Dornan punished Hayes with port watch. He was one of the few left on board. Most of the others have scattered.
No, don't put me back in the dark.
You made me almost...
Made you almost what?
P?
Can you get him on his cell?
It's the greatest form of flattery. If he's wanting to become more like Ducky, you know.
That is the ball fired by Booth that killed Lincoln. These
Fuck
bits of
off.
bone are skull fragments.
So,
Would you,
you're full
care
of
for a
surprises.
bite to eat?
We just got here.
This man knows how to date a woman.
Actually, my obligation to the Navy is up. I'm leaving next month to accept an offer from Columbia Press.
You know, this art form of dating like this and giving an understanding and trying to learn what the woman would like. This seems to have gone.
Why are you being so tough on Agent Cassidy?
I haven't
That's
done
what stuck
anything
in
to
me.
her yet.
You made her spend the day alone with DeNozo.
She survived.
Ensign Hayes just made a charge on his credit card, a hotel on Braddock Road.
Contact DeNozo and Cassidy. Have them meet us there. You man the phones. We announce, and then we go in.
Is that music coming from in there? Yes, it is. Okay, they're getting funky.
Party's over, get up.
For once, they actually don't look like hookers. I think they're just girlfriends.
One of you checked in as Evan Hayes.
Yeah.
DeNozo.
Who is it?
Search them and find
Has he got a brother or a sister?
Just
Which
give
one
it
are
to
you?
him, Jonathan.
Use his card.
Thank you, Jonathan.
The guy gave it to me.
Oh.
Gonna have to do better than that, Jonathan.
Look, I swear it's the truth. He just handed me the card and said that we should have a good time with it. That he didn't need it anymore. He
And
said
you
he
thought
wanted to
you'd
use the
just
pool.
commit credit card fraud?
Alexandria Central High?
Special Agent Gibbs, NCIS.
Oh.
Get down on your stomach.
No, he's still here.
Do it now, Ensign Hayes. No, son, you don't want to do that.
That's why he's got
Put
it.
the weapon down. No, I can't. I would never hurt a woman.
You didn't do it, did you?
I've been trying to pull this trigger all night. Because I'm a coward. You're not a coward.
You're not a coward for not wanting to kill yourself.
I can't spend the rest of my life taking his orders. It's not my problem anymore. It's the only place I ever felt safe.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. No! Oh, I hate suicide by cop. I know, you know what I mean. Kate didn't flinch, though.
I told him I'd come get him. I picked him up in front of the hospital around 2.
You must have the wrong time.
No, I'm certain.
Well, it's
Maybe
not
he doesn't.
possible because
Agent
he was there
Todd,
at the
I'll meet
hospital.
you up in the
No,
squad.
Gibbs. That wouldn't be...
Yeah, I know you're feeling. She's feeling as though she was shooting a perpetrator there, and it may turn out it's not. She's feeling guilty.
We sat up talking all night, mostly his father. They had a lot of problems, but he lost his nerve.
And we got two people dead now.
Ensign Hayes has an alibi?
Is that why?
What's gonna happen?
Nothing. You did everything by the book.
He
I
did.
killed an innocent man.
No.
It was suicide by cop.
It
Kate.
was.
Get over
it.
it.
Was.
No one.
I mean, I was saying, I don't know what it is, just sometimes the way they have the actor portray the role, you can just sometimes get a sense that, one, it might be too obvious, and two, just looking at their body language and the way that they're portraying the role, that it just doesn't feel like it's them, that we're being led down the wrong path, as they have been here, and understand Kate's guilt. But Gibbs has just summed it up just as I said. It was suicide by cop. You went by the book. You've done nothing wrong. You can't feel guilty for it.
Agent Gibbs, I need to explain.
There's nothing to explain, Agent Cassidy. You didn't file a report. Now 2 naval officers are dead. Would it have mattered? We'll never know. Who knows, though? Go down to the lab. Go over all the physical evidence from the hospital.
I feel awkward for her because there is too much sometimes of just the slightest, remotest thing. A report's made, it goes in your file, it goes as a black mark against you. Sometimes people in her situation have to make a conscious decision to, do I write this up and do I don't? And her not writing it up may have not done any harm, but unfortunately in this particular circumstance, it has.
Good morning, Mr.
He
Palmer.
wasn't unarmed though, was he?
Oh, dear.
Abby wanted you to see this as soon as you got in.
Well, he didn't only have heart problems. This guy was blind. Did you find any trace of cigarette ash?
You see, the thing is, and I've started to learn this already, I'm sorry to keep pausing it, but I know it's better to pause it, because what frustrates viewers more than anything is me talking over important dialogue. Tony cocks about and acts like a child at times, and is widely inappropriate, and comes across as like a jock from high school. However, he has shown that he's a damn good detective, and he can piece stuff together quickly, and he can pick up stuff sometimes that other people don't. It won't surprise me if he figures something out here.
I did find something that might be a cigarette filter.
I think I know how the oxygen was ignited.
Do you see what I mean? Don't look. Don't. Go back upstairs.
Abby, what do you got for me?
Not me.
GI uses a cigarette as a time fuse to blow up a Nazi train.
You smoke?
Don't try this at home, McGee.
Oh, he's a smoker. I mean, the actor.
Okay, cigarette becomes a time fuse.
Yeah, wrap it in
Check
the...
this.
Oh!
Uh-huh. In real time, it takes about 12 minutes for it to reach the matches.
Under the tented sheet, next to the open oxygen line.
Then he left the room.
Commander Dornan died as a result of his surgery. Only Dr. Byers made it look as if he was murdered.
She fucked the surgery up.
No one. She was the subject of a malpractice investigation on a heart valve repair almost identical. I compared Dornan's previous EKGs to the last IVAC recording. That heartbeat wasn't his.
She still could have murdered him.
Well, not intentionally.
She's replaced it. Oh, man, Doc, and he took her on a date as well.
Cut my gut on this one.
She took advantage of you.
Everything is fine. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, man. No wonder she went on a date with Doc. She was literally helping cover up and redirect for him to not notice. But Ducky, being who he is and being just the ultimate professional, not willing to look past a possible romantic interlude with this, has picked up on it straight away.
Ducky, what a pleasant surprise.
You killed him to cover up your mistake.
Special Agent Gibbs?
You've done it before, apparently.
There was no Percocet in Commander
Couldn't get away with
Dornan's
it twice.
stomach.
Not replacing the valve was a mistake.
Right.
It was failing.
Well, why didn't you operate immediately?
When I told him, he became hysterical. A second failed valve repair would have ended my career.
Wow.
I placed the EKG sensors on my own chest, the oxygen tube from his nasal cannula, and inserted it into his incision.
This feels proper bloody planned and
Using one of his own cigarettes and a matchbook.
this feels predetermined murder.
On my way out, I stopped by the nurse's station and told him that I had sedated him and he was resting.
You didn't kill him.
By not replacing the valve in the first place.
You did.
Hey.
Wow.
It's me.
Okay, then.
Just because you're pissed at Gibbs is no reason not to return my calls.
Sometimes you just gotta know when to let go, Tony. But I have a date.
And you don't.
You can't let any woman affect you like this, Duck, especially one you didn't know that well.
I have 2 tickets for the opera tonight. She was going to accompany me.
Jethro?
No.
Do you know where she is?
No.
Gone home. Don't think Kate is in the mood. Either that or she's down here. Yes, I know this lad didn't do it, but he was very, very depressed and troubled. Cheating way out. Damn. Who got to go to the opera then? Okay, episode 8, another good one. I didn't figure it out. I had to let them figure it out. I'm starting to get to the hint that the more I try and work stuff out, the less it's happening. This isn't the X-Files. I like the way that they can draw the viewer to so much other things going on with our characters and the entertaining nature of the show. The whole aspect of it. And it helps distract you away from really thinking and trying to process alternatives while all of that's going on. Whereas in a lot of detective style shows, they're quite serious. Oh, excuse me, I've drunk too much orange. They're quite serious and they go in stages and you have time to think about it. There isn't all this fooling around going on. I feel sorry for Dougie. A potential romantic meeting there. I do feel the only reason she probably went was for the obvious reasons, as I mentioned in commentary. She was trying to help him not see the wood for the trees kind of thing, and to not delve any deeper. But his career, his job, his professionalism, something in a skirt isn't going to come along and stop him doing his job, even if he has just met you. Feel sorry for Kate, but at the end of the day, yes, he was innocent, but he was armed, and he was a pointed gun. He could have shot you. He could have shot Gibbs. You reacted appropriately. It's just unfortunate. Who got to go to the opera? I'm assuming it wasn't Kate. Maybe Ducky went on his own. Maybe he took Abby. Maybe he just didn't go. That was a good episode. It was. I wasn't expecting to be back on a ship so quick, and the other woman in it, I can't remember her name because she's not in it all the time, who didn't file the reports. There was a lot in this episode of people, Kate, her, both regretting choices made that have a deleterious effect further down the line, but you don't know that at the time. I don't feel as though she did anything particularly wrong, but it pissed Gibbs off because she didn't file that report, and that's where we ended up where we are. How it ended up with this guy riding this young lad so badly because of who his father was, and him feeling as though he said, I can't take orders for the rest of my life like that. Well, it wouldn't be forever, but Some people are strong enough to push through it, some people aren't. I mean, why didn't you just ask for a damn transfer? I'm sure they can do that, can't they? If you've got somebody in particular that you can't get along with. I don't know. Tell me in the comments. I don't know. I'm still learning with this show and the military life and what's procedure and what isn't and what you can do as an officer and not, depending on your rank and your assignment and your deployment and all of that shit. I don't know. I have no idea. Right, we'll be back with another 2 episodes next week. We are back to 2 a week. Now it's not hot weather outside. It seems to have cooled down for a bit. Right, so with that said, please give the video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Post your comments down below. Don't forget to do that. And hit the subscribe while you're down there if you haven't. We're barely even scratched the surface with this show yet. So until then, I will see you for another 2 next time. Link in the description will take you over to Patreon if you do want to watch them in their full length and not the edited versions on YouTube, if that is indeed where you are watching them. And I will see you for the next one. Take care.